One of the most interesting parts of Korean literature to me, especially now as a literary translator, is how titles get chosen. So here's a good example. There's an article in the Asymptote Journal that describes Deborah Smith's journey into finding a fitting title for Human Acts by Kang. Human Acts Korean title is 소년이 온다, and this translates roughly to the boy comes or a boy approaches. 소년이, the boy, 온다, he's coming over here. Deborah Smith thought this was an awkward title, so she toyed with a few options, one which included Gwangju Elegy, which would have been on point, but she thought that it lacked the neutrality of the original Korean title, which simply describes an action by someone. Because that's what Kang does with her titles. 채식주의자, the vegetarian, 작별하지 않는다, we do not part. She tends to stay clear of any indication of laying judgment on the topic in her title. So calling it Gwangju Elegy would have biased the reader from the get-go. So then Deborah searches, toys with various words until she finally arrives at human acts. Because not only does human acts embody neutrality, but also the disorienting truth that humans are capable of committing both compassionate and violent acts, as well as, anything in between. Deborah mentions in the article how Kang has described her own writing as an ongoing investigation into what it is to be human, or more specifically, what we have to do to prevent humanity from being a certain thing, and naming it human acts would have certainly fit this. Plus, Deborah liked the theatrical meaning behind acts, that this is a book in acts, like a play. And Deborah does mention in that essay that this is not a perfect title, Human Acts, but I think it is. I think if it was called A Boy Approaches or Gwangju Elegy, I don't think it would have been as powerful as Human Acts, which was a book that was so pivotal in Kang's Nobel win. And that is yet another reason why translators are so important.